Thank you, Mario Blascak, World Business Press Online. President Draghi, you mentioned, as an illustration, I guess, the three major factors that you take into account, namely the exchange rate development, the oil prices, and the emerging markets effect or slowdown at emerging markets. So I was just wondering if you can give us the sense of the combination of all three at the moment, given the slowdown or deflating China effect on both the financial market volatility and oil prices. That's my first question. And the second question relates to global sell-off on equity markets that creates a lot of free liquidity, and as an option of safe haven, maybe the assets that are purchased by the European Central Bank might be the target for the free money. So aren't you worried that this development, should it continue, would kind of jeopardize the targets of ECB? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I mentioned these three. In fact, we look at many other factors. And by the way, let me state once again that the exchange rate is not a policy target, but it's pretty clear that our actions have an effect on the exchange rate. And I was pretty clear also about specifying that the exchange rate I'm referring to is an effective exchange rate. So it reflects the actions taken by a variety of other countries. So that the oil prices and the growth process in emerging market economies were three of several factors that we look at and that we had to look at as changing the outlook for the euro area economy and the outlook and the medium-term outlook for inflation. So that's what we are looking at, what we are monitoring, and that's why I said we will review and possibly reconsider our monetary policy stance. Your second question is very difficult to answer to. It's quite clear that we see major movements in the marketplace, and what could be the sources of these movements, the causes of these movements. It's very, very difficult to assess whether they're going to be sort of transient, short-term movements, or whether they're going to be persisting, whether the markets will sort of adjust to a different level or not. These are all questions that probably market analysts are better positioned to answer.